Good evening, and welcome to another segment of the New Black Leadership Coalition. The New Black Leadership Coalition here live on CAN Television. And I said coalition, which is the major piece to solving the issues in our community, coalition building. My name is Gregory Singh, one of the co-founders of the New Black Leadership. I am honored, I am blessed by the best once again to be here live on CAN Television, here in the studio with a very, very good friend of mine, one that I could say is a true friend, a brother in the struggle, one that don't take any prisoners, he don't sugarcoat what he have to say, and he truly don't water it down. Known him for a very, very long time. He is a nationalist, he is a minister, he is an activist by the true sense of the word, and he is a member of the New Black Leadership, and there's many, many other attributes that goes with this brother, Bomani Obadele. Good evening, brother Bomani Obadele. How you doing,
My brother Greg, appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir.
All right,
it
man.
is my honor, man, and I want to get started right away. And folks, we do put God first. We do put God first. Without it, we don't stand a chance. But I want to tell you, the New Black Leadership is in fact the concept, coalition building. Out of that comes solutions.
Correct.
Solid solutions to solve the many, many, many array of issues that we have in the black community. I gotta say this, I'm wearing purple, not red, but purple, because that represents the royalty of our people. They claim this is Black History Month. It would take almost 50 years to talk about the history of black people, so you definitely can't, put it all into the shortest month of the year. But it's really not black history, it is history. Because without black people, there's no other history. So even if you out there and you are a Caucasian, you should be celebrating black history, because without black history, there's no other history.
Correct.
That's a fact. And I'm just calling it like it is, because we tend to put ourselves in a box. Black history, and then every other history. No, history. And without black history, there's no white history, no Asian history. There's no Latino history. We are the original people of the planet. And most people know it. And I guess you would say, if we are the original people of the earth, and we have all of this ability, we've taught everybody, worked for everybody for free. For free. And I gotta say this before I get right into that. People are doing the Valentine thing today. I'm protesting Valentine's Day. I am. Because it's a hallmark condition that we don't express like we should every day. And with the self-hatred that you see permeating in our community and in the world, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, fox or wolf is six in this hand and a half a dozen in this one. So, Brother Obadele, with all of that our ancestors are turning over in their grave, I mention them because if they right now could see, and I know many of them through their spirit, they're living, long live all of them, they are turning over in their grave, man, with what they see going on in our community and in our world, and we're waiting on some benevolent government to bail us out of what we should be doing for ourselves.
Well, you know what, Brother Greg, to your point, I agree with you. I started to go and change and put on my black shirt for mourning, man, because our community is in a state of mourning, if you will, giving the level of fratricism that is taking place in our community, man. It is utterly ridiculous. And like you, I've been boycotting Valentine's Day for 26 years. I think that's when I first found out I had a girlfriend. But anyhow, for 26 years, so this ain't nothing new for me. But to the greater point, we have a problem, brother. You know, we have a serious problem, man. I mean, you know, before we come on the air today, you know, we dealing with a 2-year-old. I just watched this most disturbing video. You know, I thought that Antonio Brown, who was executed on the south side in an alley about 2 years ago, was the worst that I thought that our people could stoop. And to this week, brother, the level of carnage and the level of death and destruction that's taking place in our community on a daily basis, man, it's just unconscionable. And you know, listen, we got an internal, external problem. That's the way that I look at it. We have an internal, external problem, and it's time that we begin to address it and deal with it. So I'm waiting on someone to set the table, call the meeting without the cameras, for men to go in the room, because, you know, those of us who are men in the black community,
real men,
who've been putting our boots on the ground, been rolling up our sleeves, have been out there in the streets pounding the pavement over the years, fighting for the level of equality that we have, and never got paid to do it, by the way. Let me just say this. I never ran with any paid activists. As long as I've been organizing around black people issues, I was never paid for it. Now I've had jobs in the social service arena, you understand, but I never got paid to go protest or shut down a job site. I never got paid to go bust up in the city hall and fight for black folks to get contracts. I never got paid to go to police board meetings to protest the shooting of LaTanya Haggerty and Robert Russ. I didn't get paid for that. I didn't get paid to go fight for Tina Olson when she was going through her debacle with Ed Burke. But we have a new form of these guys and girls who are children, brother, running around in our community because the men, the fathers, just like in the home, we've abdicated our responsibility. And so we allow these people to move around in our community, and GoFundMe is their new scheme. They GoFundMe, you know, they fake like they committing suicide, faking their deaths, fake like they being shot, fake like the police didn't beat them up, fake like they didn't went to jail. Then they go through the back door of City Hall, cut some deal to get some grant money, and then come back out in the community and spread lies and chaos.
Do they fake like they about ready to commit suicide?
Oh, you seen the Joker the other day, then tied up Lakeshore Drive for 2 hours, had helicopters, all the city resources where they could have been in the community, perhaps dealing with finding who shot those two 11 and 12-year-old children. Instead, they chasing this Joker around the city, Jedediah Brown. I won't say his name because I don't care. I mean, I got a problem with it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Him and the rest of Jamal Green and all the rest of these jokers who popped up and don't nobody know where they've come from. Now, listen. I'm saying that we have a crisis in our community. I'm saying that there are issues that need to be dealt with. But you can't come stepping up in the community talking about you a leader and calling a press conference and go home and watch yourself on TV and don't do anything outside of putting up a GoFundMe page or going to meet with the mayor or some of his emissaries with a defunct. Well, first of all, they don't have no ideas. They don't have an original thought, period. That's the first thing. They're children, man. And it's just like in the black home. When the black man is not present in the house, the black boy begins to become his mother's mate. And these boys are running around, and these girls are running around taking control of the black community because we as men have abdicated our responsibility in our community. And certainly there's enough of us that we need to begin to deal with it. But see, we got problems with each other.
Oh, absolutely.
And so we have to come into every Negro.
Absolutely.
Let me rephrase, because
we
every black man and woman in this city who think they're a leader, and I always quantify you a leader if you got more than 20 people that will follow you anywhere. That's just my definition of it. You need to come in the room, and we need to sit down, and we need to have a serious black family meeting. It makes no sense that we have the largest unemployment in the nation, both adult male and female, and the youth unemployment is worse. Just when this two-year-old child was shot, I saw the report, 71% of the black teens over there, 16 to 24, are unemployed.
Right in that area.
Right in that area, Lawndale.
Do you know it had to cost the city of Chicago at least $1 million? They had SWAT teams. They had the blocked up, the business section, and it was a convenient place on.
The auto show was going on.
Yeah, the auto show on Lakeshore Drive in Balboa. Nice area.
Yeah.
And I gotta say this. I want to take the caller,
but let me also add this though. Then, as you did scratch the surface, and I ended up having a conversation with the brother's cousin, come to find out the young man did not just die. One, that he claimed that's why he wanted to kill himself, because he found out a son that wasn't his son. It was actually a nephew. He wasn't 10. He was actually 16. He didn't die yesterday or last week. He died some 6 months ago. And the woman is alleging that he been molesting the boy.
But listen at this, and I gotta say this to the people. Over 30,000 or more people viewed, and I was reading some of it, and they were all saying the same thing. The blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus. And I gotta tell you, folks, I know what you are aiming to say, but you so scripted. You so predictable with that, and don't even know game is being ran on you.
The Negro should.
And I mean, we so dramatic. You do better watching that stupidity, Empire, and Scandal, because that's the GoFundMe, real GoFundMe.
11 GoFundMe accounts.
And let me say this, man. I'm gonna take the caller, and then we'll come back to this. And speak up, caller. How you doing? Hello, caller. Okay, so at the end of the day.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, how you brothers doing today?
Good. Can you speak up a little bit, because the speakers in here it's very difficult to hear.
Okay. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you better.
All right, listen, I just want to say this, brother. I don't care if whatever type of leader or commentator or speaker that you think that anybody thinks they are. Anytime you get a black man that's got an audience of people, and they don't adamantly and loudly speak against gang and gang life, they might as well shut up, because that's our problem. You understand? Everybody knows who these cats is that's out here doing this. Everybody knows they out here every day doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. And they our children. You understand? So when we start adamantly speaking about that and saying that, then our children will listen to us. We can be on a program, brother, and speak all day long, and we can talk about all the poverty and all that other, all that other issues. But if we don't stop and say, hey, man, listen, gang life is strangling black communities all over this country.
Yes, sir.
And as long as we silly enough or afraid enough to allow that to happen on a daily basis, we're going to get these marks getting shot, and they're going to get their families killed because their families being with them.
Yes, sir.
Nobody in my family is a gang. I'm almost 70 years old, brother. I ain't never been in a gang.
Well, let me just say this.
I don't tolerate it.
And I want to just stop you. Thank you for that call, because I got it, and we agree. And thank you. Now, here's the deal. We must always speak out against anything that is negative, that is destructive, and so we have a number of misguided youth that are in so-called sets and cliques, but there's no structure. The bottom line is black man, black woman, society as a whole. You folks that live in Winnetka, you probably can't see this, living in Palatine, it's your responsibility too, because you like to claim we all Americans. Yeah. But these are misguided youth. Do we make excuses for them? Heck no. Heck no.
I started off talking about the fratricism, the fratricide, man. You know, and I guess if for lack of better terms, it is black folks, you know, committing crimes against each other,
Right.
and heinous crimes against each other, and hurting each other in a way that the mind couldn't even conceive. You know, now, you know, like I said, we've had last year, Greg, to the brother's point, you had 2 young black men who were executed, boys, babies, man, 2 brothers, and then you
Right.
fast forward to this year. It looks like we have an 11-year-old who died today, and from all practical purpose of the reports that I'm getting, the 12-year-old at some point is going to expire. She's not going to make it, and so we've lost a 2-year-old baby this morning.
And let me tell you something. Today, I went over to the school where Takia
Yeah,
Holmes.
yeah,
I went over to that school today, and I went over to her classroom, and I spoke. You know, I was embracing the babies right at dismissal. Went in the classroom. I was there yesterday, but today, after the news was put out that she had expired, I went over to the school. And speaking of the day, so when I went over to the school, this is what they gave me.
okay.
The babies, they gave me these hearts, and you know, it's gotta pain all of us to see our babies in this condition, bro. And that's why, Brother Obadeli, you know, I'm so thankful for the leadership that all of us have, because we care.
Indeed.
I mean, and we care about human life, brother. And
Right.
you know, we got people on the sideline, but when you out there every day on the battlefield, you get sick and tired of people who playing games,
Right.
staging games, dealing with our people from the emotional perspective without looking at it from a scientific, you know, understanding the struggle of black people, the struggle of human people who see a real challenge
Indeed.
in this world. And I'm saying this to all of us. All of us. You should support organizations like the New Black Leadership, because it's a coalition
Indeed.
of minds like Brother Obadeli, Minister Michael Muhammad, Brother Johnny Muhammad, Brother Cyron Smith. We got Brother Lance Williams. We got Brother Enoch Muhammad. We got Brother
T.J.
David Peterson, Brother T.J. Crawford. We got Brother T.O. Harden. We got, who are some of the other members? Brother Sachs Preacher.
David Patterson.
Brother, and Brother David. But we got real men, Sister Kim Delaney, brother,
Yes.
and Professor Kelly.
Yeah.
We got real individuals who care about the suffering of our people, and that's what makes us strong, because we're a coalition.
Right.
We don't come in there with our egos. We leave those outside of the door. But so many of you all, you used to people playing games with you. And I'm going to tell you this. Hey, man, I am so sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Indeed.
Tonight, I promise you, I'm going to have a whole hour tonight. When I leave here tonight, I'm going to WVON at 10 o'clock tonight. I'm going to be live with Maze Jackson. And, you know, Maze like to say, what's in it for black people? I'm going to tell you what's in it for black people tonight. And what should have always been in it for black people. But tonight, I'm going to be on WVON tonight at 10 p.m. streaming live on iHeartRadio. So keep your butt up, because I got a lot more to say. But right now, we are sitting here on CAN television with my brother, my friend, Minister Bomani Obadeli, who don't take any prisoners.
No. I mean, listen, man. The liberation of our people is very serious, man. And we don't have time for any games. I mean, we way past playing game time, man. This is a serious state of emergency and urgency as it relates to our people. where's our sanctuary? Where's the sanctuary for the black man and woman, the black boy and girl? Where's our sanctuary, man? And I mean, that is the question that I ask. And what is our insult level? What is our tolerance level that we will allow people to roam in our community? And to the caller, I agree with you to an extent, brother. And Greg is right. There's no structured gangs anymore. There are cliques. There are mobs. There are young people who don't have the proper leadership and guidance.
Exactly.
And the guys and the brothers who are running around are half drugged out, doped out, or on some money scheme and money hustle that they don't have time to really give these young brothers the proper and sisters the proper direction and guidance that they need.
Absolutely.
So you leaving babies and teenagers, and I heard some fellow come and say a study that your mind really don't develop until you're 26 years old. So the cerebral cortex or some development in your brain is not fully developed, so you don't really understand or have the capacity to understand what you're doing. So what we have is a bunch of children.
That's right.
That are roaming the streets, that are roaming our communities, and some of them are playing games, hustling. Some of them are dealing with some real traumatic trauma and pain and causing destruction.
And then we have a couple of other issues that it would take a whole show. And then we have our young little brothers. Yeah. Then we have a group of our young brothers who are being feminized.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, you can wear what you want to wear, but I know us as a people, how we are built. And some of that silly stuff you seeing us wearing, yeah, I'm talking about them tight suits. Yeah, and I'm bringing that up because that is not us.
Skinny jeans.
You can wear what you like, but I'm telling you, the fashion people, they got something else in mind. But I want to come back and deal with that. What I want to talk about is this silly state rep. Man, I wish I had more time. It's talking about putting a bill through for a state holiday for President Barack Obama. With all of the problems black folks have here in the city of Chicago, you want a man that is right now supposed to be on vacation, whatever's happening.
That's all supposed to.
Man, you think I give a damn about a damn state holiday and we don't have a proper supplies for our babies in a school, and you busy talking about a holiday? That's a distraction from you doing your damn job. Do your job and don't worry about no damn holiday for nobody right now. It's enough holidays.
Yeah.
And you busy while you are downstate, not being a real man and standing up to anybody in those rooms, making sure that contracts and fairness come to our community. Shut up if you ain't gonna do something to make a difference for the impoverished people.
I agree with you, man. I mean, we ain't had a state budget in 2 years.
Keep your mouth closed.
We haven't had a state budget in 2 years, and it's just a known fact. Unfortunately, it's a known fact that 70% of African Americans depend on government to survive, whether it's contracts, employment, or direct services or goods. And so it's almost criminal. That's the crime in itself. We're talking about the drive-bys and the murder. The crime is we ain't had a state budget in 2 years. And the most vulnerable population is lacking those services, man. We don't have intervention workers on the streets. The schools are every year they're pulling back money from schools so the young brothers and sisters don't have the extra tutorial help. The reading specialists are being cut out the classrooms. I mean, they're not getting proper nutrition.
And a billionaire.
Damn, an after school program.
Right.
You understand? And the billionaire governor, who I like to call a pyromaniac, Bruce Rauner, and his
that crazy? billionaire governor, billionaire president. Now, that's why I tell you, you gotta talk to God. What is it that Almighty God? Let's take this caller right quick. Hello, caller. If they didn't hang up.
And the tiny emperor on the 5th floor.
Are you there?
Yes,
we only have a few minutes, so go ahead, caller.
Yes, man. One of my concerns, I want to shout out to both of you brothers, man. I've been knowing you for years. This is Dialing Weather. One one of my concerns is, man, that I just listened to you talk about the young lady that was murdered. Back in 2010, man, I had my whole entire family shot down and killed in their home, man. My 8-year-old grandson, my 28-year-old daughter, my 4-year-old grandson was shot 7 times, and the 60-year-old stepson was shot 8 times in the shower.
Okay.
Oh, this Dylan from Robert Taylor. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Robert Taylor, man.
Hey, man, I've been waiting, man, since 2010, man, to get a trial, man. Now, they got 5 guys in custody right now, man, for this here case, man. And I've been waiting 6 years to get these guys prosecuted, man. I need some help, man, in trying to reach the court system, man, and try to get this case heard and over with, man.
You got a number?
Yeah, well, here, let me, darling, listen, let me give you my number, and I will try to advocate for you through Kim Fox, which we didn't get a chance to touch on her today, man. I mean, I know our time is up. Excellent. 312-420-5582. I'm going to say it real slow. 312-420-5582. That is my cell phone number, darling. Hey, man, it's good to hear your voice, man. I remember that tragedy, and I'm sorry for your loss. In fact, I was wondering what was going on with that case. Listen, let me do this, man, before we get off the air. Chicago, the Institute for Black Political Empowerment, which is a part of the New Black Leadership Coalition, in conjunction with the Political Power Legacy series over at Chicago State, will be hosting our first black president of Illinois politics, Mr. Emil Jones, on Wednesday, February 22nd at 6 p.m. at Chicago State Library. In the auditorium, the library auditorium. So that's on Wednesday the 22nd. You don't want to miss that. I mean, that's when you're going to come out and you're going to hear from the man who was one of the most powerful black men in the state of Illinois. In fact, without Emil Jones, you wouldn't be talking about a presidential legacy of Obama. I can tell you the whole story, but I'm sure he can tell you better himself. That is Wednesday the 22nd at 6 p.m. at Chicago State University, the Institute for Black Political Empowerment with the Power Legacy series at Chicago State.
I'm glad that he could go and speak, because they wouldn't let Fred Hampton Jr. understand that some folks on the board block Fred Hampton.
No, it was the Negro Conrad Royal, or Con Man for real. That's another Negro we need to deal with too. Just like Jedediah Brown, he's another phony, a fraud, and should be run out of. I'm glad he retired, because I swear I thought that he was having this party over there.
And he stopped Fred Hampton Jr. from speaking, and that understand that the power was out just for the length of time that the event was scheduled. But you should be ashamed of yourself, Brother Conrad, because guess what?
And why is Wayne Watson sitting over there? And why is Wayne Watson sitting over there getting $100,000 a year?
We need an hour.
And he ain't at the school no more. The school is being run in the ground by them Negroes. Listen, let me tell you something. The jig is up. Our time is up, but the jig is up on all you Negroes, false pretenders, and fakes, and we're going to bust you out. I'm going to let you know that right now.
So we got a couple of seconds, got to wrap it up. I just want to do this before we wrap it up. You want to get in contact with the New Black Leadership, that's our website right there. So anyway, it's been real. Thank you, Brother Oberdell. I need at least 2 hours. This is part 1.
Yeah,
we'll come back next week for part 2.
God bless.
Thank you, and we'll see you all soon. Peace and love. We out.